If you're a first-time home buyer, the process might seem like this daunting task, but I'm gonna break it down for you in 7 easy steps. Follow along. Number 1, get approved before you even start shopping for a home. What does this even mean? That means sitting down with a lender and discussing your financing options. You wanna make sure that there is a solid loan product with a comfortable payment that you can afford. The last thing you wanna do is to get house poor because you overextended yourself with a mortgage payment. So do a little research, look at some options, and go with what's best for your situation. Oftentimes, you'll find loan products that you don't need to put the traditional 20% down. There's FHA loans, which are only 3.5% down. If you're a veteran, you can use a VA loan. Bottom line, there's a lot of options out there for you to explore, so make sure you do your research. Number 2, start looking at homes that are within your budget. And typically the best way to do this is get connected with a real estate agent that you're gonna work throughout the buying process. Finding somebody that might be referred to you from a good friend or family member works great. There's all sorts of ways that you can find a good agent to work with. But the key is continue to work with that agent. It's best to have somebody you know and trust in your corner looking out for your back. There's a lot of pitfalls within buying a home, and it's best to have an agent that's experienced and knowledgeable to guide you through the process. Now, when it comes to looking at homes, one mistake I do see buyers make is they go out and they start looking at homes that are sometimes above their price range. Now, this is often fun to do. Heck, I love to go look at 10, 15, $20 million homes. Will I ever be able to afford one? Who knows? But bottom line, what happens is you look at these nice homes that are outside of your budget, and now the home that is within your budget just doesn't compare. You're focused on the dream home and not the reality home. So make sure you're aware of this and shop for homes within your price range. Now, after looking at homes, once you've found that right one, it's time for step number 3, make an offer. Now, what's gonna happen here is the agent that you're working with is gonna sit down with you and they're gonna draft up a contract and walk you through every part of it. They're gonna inform you with such details as what sort of contractual time limits you have for your inspection and loan contingencies. How long is the escrow process, from the start date until you close? Who pays for what as far as the escrow fee and title insurance? All these things as a first-time home buyer might seem really complicated, but guess what? A good realtor is gonna guide you through the process to make it seem like it's not so overwhelming. And if you've got questions that they can't answer, that's a sign you might wanna get some other help. You wanna have somebody that knows that contract inside and out so they can protect you and your best interest. Once that offer is made, the negotiation process starts. You may go back and forth a little bit on details such as the timing, the closing date, and ultimately the price as well. Once those negotiations have resulted in an agreed upon contract, it's now time for step 4 to open escrow. Now you're under contract to purchase that home and the timing begins for your due diligence period. You're gonna wanna go in and have a general home inspection to check all the major components of the home. They're gonna point out every last little detail that is wrong with that home, and then you might get further evaluations regarding plumbing, the roof, electrical, foundation. You wanna make sure this home is in good sound condition so you don't end up having an unexpected bill once you are the owner. And if there are some health and safety issues that come up, most sellers will agree to take care of those. What I advise against is don't go in there and nitpick every last little thing. Remember, you are not buying a new home, and in fact, even with new homes, home inspectors find defects. The bottom line is you wanna find the things that you can live with and that you can't live with and figure out if this home's going to suit those needs. Step number 5 is your loan contingency. You're gonna work directly with your lender to make sure you are completely approved for this purchase. The lender's also gonna look into the home, make sure that the title is clear and that there's no issues that would prevent them from financing the property. At this point, they're gonna be asking for a lot of documentation from you. Make sure you stay ahead of the game. The last thing you wanna do is drag a little bit on getting them valuable information that they need to get you fully approved, and the next thing you know, you no longer have a deal. Number 6, which also ties into the loan, is the appraisal contingency. The lender is going to require that a third-party appraiser go out to the property to make an evaluation of the home. Keep in mind, this is just one person's opinion of the value, but the lender is going to rely on this to determine how much they're going to be willing to finance. Traditionally, they will finance 80% and you put down 20, although there are different loan products that can allow you to put less down. We have to make sure that property appraises for the value on the contract, and if not, this means either the buyer has to come up with more money, the seller has to come down on their price, or you have to meet somewhere in the middle. And if none of those happen, well, guess what? You might have to move on and purchase a different home. Number 7, after all the contingencies on buying the property are removed, you are in the final lap of your home purchase and you are quickly approaching closing day. At this point, if there's any repairs that the seller is going to make, they're going to take care of them and you will come back through to do a final walkthrough and make sure everything is in order and the home is how it was when you went under contract. You want to make sure that they're moving out unless you've agreed to let them stay longer and the home is in good sound condition. There's no holes in the walls from moving or nothing unexpected. Now we are heading to close and you are about to be the owner of your first home. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button or comment below. And if you want to continue to get more great tips on home buying or selling, subscribe to my YouTube channel.